put your cell phones on vibrate or some way that we don't hear them. Thank you.
Welcome, everyone. We're here to present a musical salute to the 20th century. We'll travel through the musical time of each decade, featuring popular songs that will entertain you and paint a picture of what life in America was like at that time. Enjoy as we sing and celebrate the 20th century. Because the end of many of the songs transitions directly into the next song, please hold your applause until the end of each decade. We begin our musical adventure with the 1900s. Since you were much too young to remember anything from that decade, your parents probably told you that ragtime was the new syncopated jazz music. Baseball was the American pastime, and a stroll through the park was the thing to do after school. Those were the days when people took long walks in the park without counting their steps, and cell phones weren't invented yet.
To the ball game, take me out to the crowd.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Let me root, root, root for the Cardinals. If they don't win, it's a shame. Three strikes, you're out at the old
During the second decade of the 20th century, America fought in World War I. The music of this time reflected a sense of patriotism with songs about our soldiers, our flag, and songs about favorite places back home like Broadway and Sewanee.
All the gang of 42nd Street that I will soon be there.
Whisper of how I'm yearning to mingle with the old time throng.
Give my regards to old Broadway, and then I'll be there.
In my sweet little Alice blue gown, when I first wandered down into town,
I was both proud and shy as I felt every-eyed, but in every shop window I crept passing by. Then in manner of fashion I frowned, and the world seemed to smile upside down. Till it wilted, I wore it, I'll always adore it, my sweet little Alice blue gown.
Katie, beautiful Katie, she's the only girl I've ever seen. And the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door. Katie, beautiful Katie, you're the only girl that I know. When the moon shines over the cowshed, I'll be waiting at the kitchen door.
Swanee, how I love you, my dear old Swanee.
Sing me no more.
20s was a time when our country was growing and changing in many ways. Songs about moving west were popular, especially with the movie industry booming in California. By day, barbershop quartets serenaded audiences with mellow harmonies, and by night, the flappers danced lively dances like the Charleston. Truth be known, the Bluff singers practiced dancing the Charleston. But under an abundance of caution and advice from legal counsel, we decided to delete it from the program.
You're laughing, the sun comes shining through. When you cry, you bring on the rain. Come on and be happy again. Keep on smiling, 'cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you.
Heart of my heart, I love that melody. Heart of my heart brings back a memory. When we were kids on the corner of the street, we were rough and ready guys, but oh how we could harmonize. Heart of my heart, and friends were dearer then. Too bad we had to part. I know a dear would listen if once more I could listen to that name that sang heart of my heart.
I'm singing in the rain, just singing in the rain. What a glorious feeling, I'm happy again. I'm glad to get clouds so dark up above. The sun's in my heart, and I'm ready for love. Let the storm change everyone a place. Come on, the rain, I must smile on my face. I walk down the lane with a happy refrain and singing in the rain.
When the chorus sang, "When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you," I was reminded of the old saying, "Laugh and the world laughs with you." That saying applies to most everything except golf. Play golf and the world laughs at you. In the 1930s, in spite of the Depression, they gave birth to many wonderful songs. For much of the decade, Broadway was booming in New York City, and the movie industry was growing by leaps and bounds in Hollywood. Music became a very important part of the movies. Some of the songs first featured in films of this decade became the most popular songs on the radio. One of the most memorable movie songs was Over the Rainbow, made famous by a young Judy Garland in The Wizard of Oz. How many others do you remember from your early days in the cradle?
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me. Where troubles melt like lemon drops away upon the chimney tops. That's where you'll find me. Somewhere over the rainbow, bluebirds fly. Birds fly over the rainbow, white meadow, white the lullaby of Broadway, the hickory and ballyloo, the lullaby of Broadway.
The rumble of a subway train, the rattle of the taxis, the daffodils who entertain, Angelos and Maxie. When the baby says goodnight, it's early in the morning, and babies don't sleep right until the dawn. Good night, baby. Good night. Milkman's on his way. Sleep tight, baby. Sleep tight. Let's call it a day. Listen to the lullaby of old Broadway.
In the 1940s, the big bands blasted live at dance halls or on the radio as a family gathered to listen to their favorite programs. The music was syncopated, and some of the words were silly, but it's impossible to sit still and listen to big bands roar. I miss the 1940s, when bread was still good for you and no one knew what kale was.
There was a man like you and me, as simple as a man could ever be, and he was happy as a king.
why his silly clock behaved.
Hickory, dickory way. But now a famous man is he. He owns a public curiosity.
From far and wide the people flock to hear the syncopated clock.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel so spring and strong.
And every time I see you grin, I'm such a happy individual.
The moment that you speak, I wanna go play hide and seek. I wanna go
On Carson Road, just like a happy you and I are just like a couple of dots running across the meadow, picking up lots of forget-me-nots.
You make me feel so young. You make me feel there are songs to be sung.
Bells from furring to floating, and everyone I'm old and gray, I'm gonna feel the way I do today, 'cause you make me, oh yes, you make me feel so young. You make me feel so young. In the 1950s, I was 14 years old. How I would love to be 14 again and ruin my life completely differently. I have so many new ideas. In the late 1940s, a new musical play hit the stage and captured the hearts of Americans everywhere. It was called Oklahoma, written by Rodgers and Hammerstein. Its opening song, "Oh, What a Beautiful Morning," which you will hear in a minute, brought hope and optimism to a country tired of war and strife. Nothing captures the musical experience of the 1950s and beyond more than the large-scale Broadway musicals, and nothing typifies this genre of music better than the tunes of Richard Rodgers and the lyrics of Oscar Hammerstein II. The Bluff Singers have devoted this last portion of our program to the music of Rodgers and Hammerstein. Between 1945 and 1960, they wrote over a dozen Broadway musicals. The first was Oklahoma, and the last was The Sound of Music. In between, there were such hits as South Pacific, Carousel, The King and I, State Fair, The Flower Drum Song, and Cinderella. Songs from those shows still thrill and entertain us well into the 21st century. So sit back, listen, and tap your toes to a medley of tunes from Rodgers and Hammerstein on Broadway.
There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. There's a bright golden haze on the meadow. The corn is as high as an elephant's eye, and it looks like it's climbing clear up to the sky. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I've got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. All the cattle are standing like statues. All the cattle are standing like statues. They don't move their heads as they see me ride by. But a little brown maverick is winking her eye. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way.
All the sounds of the earth are like music.
All the sounds of the earth are like music. The breeze is so busy it don't miss a tree. And an old windmiller is laughing at me. Oh, what a beautiful morning. Oh, what a beautiful day. I got a beautiful feeling. Everything's going my way. Oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful, oh, what a beautiful, beautiful day. Chicks and ducks and geese better scurry when I take you out in the Surrey. When I take you out in the Surrey with the fringe on top. Watch that fringe and see how it flutters when I drive them high-stepping strutters. Nosy folks will peek through the shutters and your eyes will pop. The wheels are yellow, the upholstery's brown, the dashboard's genuine leather. With eyes past curtains you can roll right down in case there's a change in the weather. The weather. Two bright side lights winking and blinking. Ain't no finer ring, I'm a-thinking. You can keep your ring if you're thinking that I care to swap for that shiny little Surrey with the fringe on the top.
I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair and send him on his way. Don't try to patch it up, tear it up, tear it up. Wash him out, push him out, brush him out, brush him out. Cancel him and let him go. Yes, sister. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. I'm gonna wash that man right out of my hair. very good place to start. When you read, you begin with A, B, C. When you sing, you begin with Do, Re, Mi. Do, Re, Mi. Do, a deer, a female deer. Re, a drop of golden sun. Mi, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So, a needle pulling thread. La, a note to follow. So, tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do, oh, oh, oh. Do, a deer,
A female deer, Ray, a drop of golden sun. Me, a name I call myself. Far, a long, long way to run. So I need a pulling thread. One, a note to follow. So tea, a drink with jam and bread. That will bring us back to Do, Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Ti, Re, Do, Do, Re, Si, La, Ti, La, Ti, Do, Do, Do. We got sunlight on the sand, we got moonlight on the sea.
We got mangoes and bananas you can pick right off the tree.
We got volleyball and ping pong and a lot of dandy games.
What ain't we got? We ain't got dames. There's nothing like a dame, nothing in the world. There is nothing you can name that is anything like a dame.
There's no books like a dame.
And nothing looks like a dame.
There are no drinks like a dame.
And nothing thinks like a dame.
And nothing acts like a dame.
Or attracts like a dame. There ain't a thing that's wrong with any man here that can't be cured by putting him near a girly, womanly, female, feminine dame.
Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and meet goodbye? For perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new romance? Of a clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance?
A star has come out to tell me it's time to go. But deep in the dark green shadows are voices that urge me to stay. So I pause and I halt and I listen for one more sound, for one more lovely thing that the hills might sing.
The hills are alive with the sound of music, with songs they have sung for 1,000 years.
The hills fill my heart with the sound of music. My heart wants to sing every song it hears.
My heart wants to beat like the wings of the birds that rise from the lakes to the trees. My heart wants to sigh like a chime that flies from the church on a breeze, to laugh like a brook when it drifts and falls over stones on its way, to sing through the night like a lark who is learning to break. I go to the hills when my heart is lonely. I know I will hear what I've heard before. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more. My heart will be blessed with the sound of music, and I'll sing once more.
That is all of our musical program for today. Thank you all for coming. Your generous applause is our greatest reward. Please join us for refreshments back in the narthex after one more round of applause for the Bluff Singers and the soloist. Our accompanist, Ella Hyam, and our director, Marion Winters.